There are teams tonight who both prefer to slow the tempo and play in the half court.
Yeah, these are the team they want to execute, grind it out. Every possession counts. Not a lot of people like watching this type of basketball, but there's a lot of strategy. Memphis Grizzlies is one of those teams. They're going to grind it out and make sure you play at their tempo.
They minimize mistakes, and boy, you got to keep your focus, don't you?
Yes, you do.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Inside, it's Harris and Drummond. Jackson and Bradley are in the backcourt. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot.
Do you see the frame on Andre Drummond? Easy for me to see why he can shed off so many defenders inside. He's incredibly strong. Hard to stop when he gets near the rim.
And the strength of Andre Drummond, you talked about it, Steve. It's not just upper body, but lower body as well. He can open up a lot of space if he gets the ball down low.
You know, once he gets it in the paint, there's nothing you can do. His footwork off the block is coming along well. It's a process for him to refine his moves.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Outside for Jackson. Offline with his 3.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
Williams' shot is off.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Bradley with the ball, and Batum picks him up defensively. That's good from Harris on the assist by Bradley.
Lofty arc on that jumper helps Harris convert in the face of pressure.
Walker against Jackson. And Walker kicks to Howard. Outside Williams. 5 on the clock. And it's Williams again missing. For Detroit, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Harris against Williams. Johnson kicks to Drummond. And there's the 3-second violation. Charlotte's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Walker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And last season, I think, Greg, there was a time when Kemba Walker was playing basketball, you know, as well as any point guard in the NBA.
No doubt. I mean, not to say he's the best in our league, but he is certainly climbing up the list. You can't ignore his impact on this team. Has worked to improve each season he's been in the league.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Walker nails both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Drummond's got his second basket of the game.
Working every day to develop his skills. Drummond with a nice finish inside.
And Batum kicks to Howard. And it's sent back by Drummond. Batum against Bradley. The dish to Harris. Over Howard. They get it back with the second effort. And there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got 6 points.
You have to block out better than that. Drummond, one of the best in the league at converting off the glass.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
Hornets trail by 4. Picked by Williams. And Walker kicks to Williams. Outside for Batum. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. And taken away by Johnson. Tries to keep it alive. And now running up the court, Kid Gilchrist pushing it up. Drops in the layup for 2.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
And here's Bradley from three. Rebounded by Howard. Charlotte has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Walker. Misses off the right iron.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Got that one up quick.
And defensively, you have to close out fast on Harris in that in-between area.
Bradley kicks to Jackson. Shoots over Walker. Jackson misses.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Yep, it counts. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Johnson in the corner. From past the arc. Hornets with the rebound. Here's Williams. Rejected by Harris.
You don't see a lot of block shots from Harris, so enjoy that one. There does come a time when you haven't made anything all quarter long. Pass the rock.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Walker's shot is off.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Harris dishes to Drummond. Bradley, no one around him. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's Detroit. They lead by a bucket. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot.
Basketball. This is my passion.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump, and that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Bradley and Johnson fill out the perimeter. Inside, it's Harris and Drummond, and it's Jackson in at the 1.
The 9th overall pick in 2012. Drummond qualifies as an absolute steal at that spot.
And just a year ago, it seemed that things were set in place for Howard, playing for his hometown team. But in a surprise trade, he was moved out to Charlotte.
And there seems to be a lot of reasons for the trade. I mean, Howard wasn't the right fit in Atlanta, a team trying to get smaller and younger. Never easy to get traded from your hometown team.
Howard with this screen on Jackson. Walker the pass to Howard. Outside for Batum. Outside, Walker from deep. And it's Walker again missing.
Oh, you can tell he's frustrated to get that good of a look from 3, and he didn't make it.
Sinks the triple. And it's 7 points for Tobias Harris.
Good open look. Avery looking poised with the ball in his hands, making decisions.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stopped.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters. From that point guard to small forward position, they are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
Here's Drummond. that one wide left.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
The shot. And Howard with the stuff.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
Harris inside the line. And Drummond kicks to Harris. The offensive rebound. Tries yet again. Jackson dishes to Drummond over Howard. Not enough on that one as it misses.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
The shot missing. Good D by Drummond. The Pistons trailing. Harris inside the line. And Drummond throws it down. Great game for him. Double-double down. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
I'm not sure how you defend that. Drummond with an overwhelming advantage in both size and athleticism.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Guys, with the Hornets' length and mobility at the 2 through 4 positions, the team switches a lot defensively. Coach Steve Clifford said, you have to deal with mismatches at times, but it makes defense simpler. With those guys, they're all big enough, strong enough, and competitive enough that they're going to battle. Kevin?
And having that kind of versatility on defense is huge. D.A., thank you so much. Every NBA player, Steve, believes in themselves, but some take it to the extreme. When they're on, they're on. And when they're off and cold, they just kind of lose interest, it seems. Which players do you think have this irrational confidence, if you want to call it that?
I think J.R. Smith, every shot, any shot, anywhere, he feels it's going in, and he will still take shots. He has amnesia. He could be 0 for 10 and keep shooting the basketball. Jamal Crawford is another guy. Those guys, they keep firing. Damian Lillard, they will keep shooting because they feel the next shot is going in.
Detroit making a switch here. Bullock's checked in. Pistons leading by 3. Pass to Harris. And it's sent back by Howard.
Yeah, and shooters have to be cautious with Howard around. He has such a long reach that he easily blocks those kinds of shots.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Jackson kicks to Drummond over Howard. And it's Drummond missing.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
And Howard still has more than enough lift here to finish off plays like that.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and hey, he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte, and a switcher also for Detroit. Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond. Outside Jackson to the middle. Here's Marjanovic, and Marjanovic with the slam.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And Zeller kicks to Kaminsky. Here's Monk. Nailed from three-point land. And the Hornets lead by 2.
And playing with a lot of fire now. They had a tough start in that first quarter. Didn't shoot it well, but didn't let that discourage them. And now they're showing what they can do offensively.
It's Jackson with the drive. Here's Marjanovic, and Marjanovic with the slam.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Kaminsky. Stolen by Jackson. Harris with it. Kaminsky's there. Puts it up from 17, and it comes off the front of the rim. Here's Lamb. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Kaminsky the pass to Lamb. Second chance shot.
Great defense by Harris. He put in the effort to contest that shot.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Shaq, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Their shooting rhythm was off, under 40%. Some of that was shot selection. Some of it was the defense stepping up. My guess is we'll see some significant changes as things get going in the second half. Increasing off-the-ball activity, making the extra pass, and trying to get better looks.
Over to Kenny. What'd you think about Detroit?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And that's all we can do.
The scene at night here in Uptown Charlotte, where we welcome you back to the action. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about...
The Pistons shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. MKG and Williams are the forwards. Walker and Batum teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Howard in at center. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half.
This is what happens when Drummond gets the ball in deep. Either he makes the shot, gets fouled, or sometimes both.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good. Drummond. You know, Stephen, I think of Stan Van Gundy, I think of versatile, because we all know he's the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, but he's in charge of all their personnel moves, too. This guy's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, he does. I mean, when you start to look at it, he's wearing 2 hats. And one thing, he's doing a good job trying to run this organization from a management standpoint and also from a coach's standpoint. So far, so good for Stan.
And both free throws good for Drummond. Here's Walker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Smitty, you played a couple seasons in the Northwest where the Portland Trail Blazers are wildly successful and very, very popular. You hear rumblings about a return of the NBA to Seattle. Do you think it'll ever happen?
You know, Kevin, I hope so. There's a lot of places in the NBA, and we have some great cities. But I think Seattle, speaking for myself, was one of the favorites. They came out, they supported. Obviously, most fan bases support when they're winning. But even when Seattle was mediocre, that fan base was there. They enjoyed it. I love the Northwest. I'd hope it happens again. I hope NBA basketball returns to Seattle.
Kemba Walker hits them both. And the bad boy Pistons, perhaps the greatest group this franchise has put together, and also one of the most memorable in the history of the NBA. Smitty, you played against some of those guys. What was that like?
Well, first of all, Kevin, I got a chance to grow up in Detroit, watching these guys, being around them, being able to practice. I mean, they were a total tight group. They had some great characters in Lambeer and Rodman and Sally and Dumars and Isaiah and the microwave, but they played extremely hard, and obviously the style of play was defense, rebound, and put you on your butt.
Inside, here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
He's learning how to score in more ways. Andre now able to sustain offense rather than it being so sporadic.
Walker against Jackson, and stolen by Drummond, stolen by Walker. Here's Williams, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Williams has got it all tied up now for the Hornets.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
And a good judge of spacing. Sees he can get it off over the taller man.
This is how he makes his living, making those judgment calls, understanding the opportunities. I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with it.
Drummond with it. Williams picks him up. Outside for Jackson. It's Bradley on the wing. And another three for Detroit.
From out beyond the arc, Bradley getting more confident each year.
Kid Gilchrist dishes to Batum. Misses the three. Pistons leading by 6. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Harris up top, defended by Batum. Shot clock at 6. Here's Drummond. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Drummond's got 16.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And stolen by Drummond. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And the basket by Harris.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Tobias Harris, the former Tennessee Volunteer. You would think a player who has been so efficient, Steve, on offense his whole career wouldn't have bounced around as much as he has.
It is surprising how much he's changed teams. Always a factor on offense, and he doesn't need many touches. If I'm a coach, I love to have him as an option.
Some changes here for the Hornets. Zeller, he's checked in for Howard. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. And it's Lamb in there for Nicholas Batum. Then for the Pistons, Luer comes in for Harris. And Smith subbed in for Jackson.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 12-point Detroit lead.
In this second half, it's been a disappointing turn of events for them defensively. The focus, the intensity, just not there.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. To the inside, it's stolen by Kaminsky. Here's Lamb. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Bradley. It's blocked. Unloads from 13. The offensive rebound, Zeller. And Walker kicks to Zeller. Charlotte moving it around. A 3-ball. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Zeller. Walker's got it back down to within single digits for Charlotte. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And so many great Pistons over the years. You think back to the bad boy era and all throughout the great history of this franchise. Smitty, you grew up in the area. Was there a Piston you modeled your game after growing up?
Yeah, there were. There were two guys, and Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas. You could see the impact both these players had on both ends of the floor. They were interchangeable. They both can handle, can shoot. And what I love is the chemistry they had between those two, and they are good friends of mine.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Tobias Harris comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Bradley. Galloway, the pass to Marjanovic. Down low, just 5 on the clock. Makes it off the glass. Marjanovic has got 6 points.
And after only making 35% of... And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Charlotte shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Monks checked in for Kemba Walker. Detroit leading by 6. Now Smith. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Dishes it to Harris. And another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Kicks to Lamb. Feeds it to Zeller. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
For Detroit, they have hit just 2 free throws and 5 attempts today.
And a season ago, only converting at about a 72% clip from the line.
Charlotte making a switch here. Bacon's checked in. And so he hits both. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. It just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
Back to Smith. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. And Lure kicks to Marjanovic. Back to Lure. Kaminsky with the double team. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Just 4 seconds left in the third.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
And he makes the little adjustment just as he goes to lay it in. And he throws it right out of bounds. Careless mistake.
1 second left. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. First trip to the line for him here.
Going to the line, Kaminsky. Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now let's take a listen to Stan Van Gundy on a recent huddle.
Just relax and play the game. Relax and play the game.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And here is Lamb. On the court for the Pistons. John Lure's out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Marjanovic. Then it's Smith. And it's Galloway in at the 2. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Jackson dishes to Harris. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Jackson passes to Bradley. Back to Jackson. He dishes it to Drummond. Drummond is doubled. Kicks it out to Bradley. Clock is at 3. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Howard's checked in for Charlotte.
Dwight Howard.
Hornets trail by 4. He feeds it to Zeller. Back to Howard. Zeller up top from past the arc. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Detroit leading by 4. It's Drummond, high post, and stolen by Zeller. He's got a clear path for the finish, and Howard with the stop.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
A 3 from Bradley. Drills it from outside. Bradley's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
I mean, physical defense, but Howard just too strong.
Here's Jackson. The feed to Bradley. Back to Jackson. That's tipped. The pass to Drummond. Over to the wing. Howard kicks to Zeller. Outside for Batum. To the wing right side. Monk, no one around him. It's good. This game is all even.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And the Pistons making a change here. Lures checked in, and we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy told the team. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. We'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
Williams dishes to Walker. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Detroit's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Harris inside. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. And the basket by Harris.
Gaining more confidence, Tobias putting the team on his back at a crucial point in this game.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Pistons foul called. Reggie Jackson. That's his second personal foul.
First free throw is good.
And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they performed at the line.
Kemba Walker hits them both.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
Bradley kicks to Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
In attack mode, Drummond getting aggressive as the game heats up.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Here's Howard, and it's Howard finishing it off.
Well, he's been here before. Howard knows how to take charge when the team needs a bucket.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Harris outside. Pistons passing it around. And it's sent back by Howard. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Walker. Stolen by Lure. Harris against Kid Gilchrist. Harris misses. Hornets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And finished off by Williams.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleashed chaos moment. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those 2 to fall.
Here's Jackson. To the wing on the left. Lure dishes to Drummond. Outside Jackson. The 3 from Bradley. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Walker goes in. He kicks it to Howard. Walker against Jackson. From the high post. That's short off the rim.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And here's Charlotte. They're on a 17-7 run. And it's Williams with the jam.
And we see it all the time, guys. You get the big lead, maybe check out mentally, but not tonight.
They have this game in hand, but they're still pouring it on.
Jackson in the corner. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Batum for 3. No good. And so it's Charlotte with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.